What if I told you that one of the world's most prestigious car brands nearly went bankrupt because of a single car? Mercedes-Benz took a massive gamble in the late 1990s when they decided to challenge Ferrari and Porsche in GT racing. To compete, they had to build a road-legal supercar in just 128 days. The result was a car so extreme, it pushed the company to its financial limits. This wasn't just any project. It was a make-or-break moment for Mercedes, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. So picture this. Mercedes-Benz, a company known for making comfortable luxury sedans, suddenly decides to challenge Ferrari and Porsche at their own game. This is like your grandpa showing up at the X Games because people are going to have questions. In the late 1990s, the FIA GT Championship was dominated by established supercar manufacturers. Ferrari had their F40, Porsche was tearing up the track with the 911 GT1, and the McLaren was making waves with the legendary F1 GTR. These were companies that lived and breathed high-performance racing. Mercedes, on the other hand, was better known for cars you would see on your everyday streets. Naturally, the automotive world was skeptical. Competitors raised eyebrows, and the media had a field day questioning Mercedes' decision. After all, this wasn't just about building a fast car. It was about creating a race-winning machine from scratch and doing it in record time. But Mercedes had a plan, and it was as bold as it was risky. Instead of modifying an existing model, they decided to build an entirely new car from the ground up. This parallel development approach meant that they were designing the race car and the road version simultaneously. It was like trying to bake a cake while inventing a new type of oven. Ambitious, to say the least. The risks were enormous. Mercedes was pouring millions into a project that might not pay off. Internal documents revealed that the company knew the financial strain could be severe, but they pushed ahead anyway. They were betting big on establishing a dominant presence in motorsports, even if it meant stretching their resources to the limit. As the development progressed, the true scale of the Mercedes gamble became clear. The CLK GTR was shaping up to be the most expensive production car of its time, with a price tag of around $1.5 million. But here's the kicker. Even at that astronomical price, Mercedes was set to lose money on each car sold. The development costs were so high that they exceeded the selling price of the car. The pressure was mounting as the first race approached. Mercedes had invested heavily both financially and in terms of reputation. Would their gamble pay off? Or would they be left in the dust by more experienced competitors? In the end, the CLK GTR project came dangerously close to bankrupting Mercedes. The company had poured vast resources into developing and producing just 28 units, including prototypes. It was a financial tightrope walk that pushed the limits of what even a company as large as Mercedes could handle. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the enormous financial risk, there was clearly a market for this extreme machine. Mercedes had over 300 inquiries from potential buyers before the first car was even completed. It seemed that the automotive world was intrigued by this audacious move from the German automaker. Mercedes had taken on the giants of the supercar world, risking it all on a project that pushed them to their financial limits. But creating a race car was only half the battle. Now, they faced an even bigger challenge, turning this track monster into something that could win races. And that's where things got really, really interesting. Creating a street-legal version of the CLK GTR was challenging, but that paled in comparison to what awaited Mercedes on the circuit. As the team lined up for their first race, a question hung in the air. Could a luxury car maker really beat the established kings of motorsport at their own game? The stage was set for the CLK GTR's racing debut in the 1997 FIA GT Championship. So picture this, a grid filled with the who's who of supercar royalty. You got Ferraris, Porsches, and McLarens all lined up, engines growling, ready to defend their turf. And there, among these racing giants, sat the Mercedes CLK GTR, the new kid on the block with a lot to prove. Mercedes didn't start off cautiously. In a move that shocked everyone, the CLK GTR snagged pole position right out the gate. The automotive world collectively raised an eyebrow. Maybe this sedan maker knew a thing or two about racing after all. But despite its promising start, the CLK GTR hit a snag during the race. A braking issue forced it to retire early, unable to even finish the darn race. It was a harsh reminder that in motorsports, pole position doesn't guarantee victory. Mercedes had shown they had speed, but reliability was still a big question mark. This setback seemed to fuel Mercedes' determination. They went back to the drawing board, ironed out the kinks, and came back stronger. As the season progressed, the CLK GTR started showing its true colors. Its 6.0-liter V12 engine, churning out over 600 horsepower in a racing trim, was putting all that power on the track. But raw power alone doesn't win races. The CLK GTR's chassis, made from a combination of carbon fiber and aluminum honeycomb, gave the car incredible handling while maintaining blistering speeds. This lightweight yet strong construction allowed it to dance throughout corners and dominate on the straights. As the races went by, the CLK GTR wasn't just winning, it was absolutely dominating. Out of the 11 races in the 1997 season, Mercedes took the checkered flag in 6 of them. In 4 of those races, Mercedes pulled off 1-2 finishes, showcasing their superiority on the track. Mercedes' ability to adapt and improve set them apart. With each race, the car got better and better, as engineers worked tirelessly to resolve issues and optimize performance. Their race management was spot on, making smart decisions about when to push and when to conserve. As the season wore on, it became clear that Mercedes wasn't just participating in the FIA GT Championship, they were actually rewriting the rulebook. The established giants of motorsports found themselves scrambling to keep up with this newcomer. Ferrari, Porsche, McLaren, all these legendary names were being left in the dust by a company better known for luxury sedans. The climax of the season was nothing short of spectacular. Mercedes clinched the team championship, proving that their gamble had paid off in spades. Mercedes driver Bernd Schneider took home the driver's title, putting the cherry on top of an already impressive season. But Mercedes was just getting started. They came back in 1998 and did it all over again, securing back-to-back championship wins. It was a testament to their commitment to excellence and their ability to stay ahead of the competition. The CLK GTR's dominance wasn't just about one factor. It was a perfect storm of power, handling, engineering precision, and teamwork. Mercedes had brought a level of attention to detail that was unmatched, constantly pushing for improvement and innovation. The legacy of the CLK GTR extends far beyond its racing victories, and it became a symbol of what's possible when a company decides to push boundaries of what's considered achievable. For Mercedes, it marked the beginning of a new era, where they were no longer just known for luxury, but also for performance at the highest level. The CLK GTR didn't just compete, it dominated. It pushed Mercedes to its limits and came out victorious, proving that sometimes the biggest risks yield the biggest rewards. And the project's success validated the financial gamble Mercedes had taken, setting the stage for even greater challenges and triumphs to come. So, where does that leave us? Well, the CLK GTR isn't just a car, it's a testament to what happens when ambition meets engineering excellence. This beast of a machine pushed Mercedes to its limits both financially and technologically, but in doing so, it earned its place among the greatest supercars ever made, I think. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an absolute crazy Mercedes fan, but the story of the CLK GTR reminds us that innovation often comes at a cost. It's easy to look at a finished product and forget the risks and challenges that went into its creation. So next time you guys see an iconic car, take a moment to appreciate the blood, sweat, and tears behind it. As automotive journalist Ben Branch put it, the CLK GTR is a testament to what can be achieved when ambition meets engineering excellence. It's not just about the end result, but the journey that got us there. And that journey is something we can all play a part in preserving. See you guys in the next one. Peace.